See the sign? What does that say? 95 north. So we're gonna do the numbers and speak a little bit about places that are in and around each exit. Let's hit the Beltway. We'll see how long it takes us. It's currently 8:30, 8:29 to be precise. So we're gonna start right here. The first area we have Forest Heights 210. So exit 3 off the Beltway. This takes you to Washington. 210 north takes you to Forest Heights. 210 south, Fort Washington. And it's 8:30. Not too much traffic yet. And this is Oxon Hill, Marlow Heights. And like, drop a comment if you're passing your area or if you've been around or passed through any of these areas. I'm showing on the DMV Beltway right now. Beautiful sunshine. Actually, as we speak, the sun and the moon still in the sky. Unbelievable. It's a beautiful day. It's currently 45 degrees. Washington, D.C. So it's a beautiful winter morning. Let's see. So this is exit 4A, takes you to Oxon Hill. E takes you to Marlow Heights. Big up Oxon Hill, Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant's neighborhood, Marlow Heights. So this area is literally on the border of DC. Yeah, so when you get off this Beltway, you are in DC in 5 minutes. Get off at exit 4. As I stated earlier, I think 8:30 is a good time to start the tour. Trying to wrap it up in like an hour and a half if I'm lucky. See if we can go to Annapolis, 34 miles, Baltimore, 44 miles from here. When I just came to the DMV, for some reason I thought Baltimore was the capital. It's actually Annapolis. It's where a lot of the judicial business, and that's where a lot of the judicial buildings are located. A lot of the power, a lot of the Maryland power is in Annapolis. Military, definitely bases there as well. Alright, so this is the Potomac Corridor, colonial and Civil War sites. That'll be exit 7. 7A takes you to 5 South. That's Clinton, Brandywine, Waldorf area. way down south. Oh man, that route is so scenic. Takes you all the way to Carolina. You don't need that. Highway at all. You don't need I-95. Jump off exit 7 and 5 south all the way to Richmond, past Richmond, the Carolinas, past the Carolinas, Georgia to Florida. So that was the old road. Now we're heading to exit 9. This is where Andrews Air Force Base is. So if we look, you will see a couple of jets taking off for landing. This is very busy regarding to plane traffic, especially when they have their air show. Oh man, it's beautiful. This is the Andrews Air Force Base exit. Traffic is moving quite nicely. I think I took the right way. This is based on experience. I don't want to be going the next way. At this time of the morning, you don't want to be crossing the road always. Alright, so this is Allentown exit. And if you look straight ahead, you see the Navy and the Air Force. Sign right here. FYI, Andrews Air Force is actually a joint military base. So it's like Air Force and Navy, Army as well. This now is exit 11. This takes you to Upper Marlboro or Washington. So Upper Marlboro, that's where affluence in Maryland starts. A lot of people don't know this, but Maryland has a county called Prince George's County. They're actually in Prince George's County right now. It's the largest concentration of black wealth in the entire world, concentrated in such a small area. Of course, you have millionaires in Africa, all over, but in just one small circumference. That area encompasses, we're talking about Bowie, Upper Marlboro, Brandywine, but it's like mid to southern Maryland. Beautiful places. I'll do another video about it as well. Beautiful places, beautiful houses. This is 11A takes you 4 south, it takes you to Upper Marlboro. North takes you to Washington, D.C. Because as of right now, we're south of Washington, D.C. We're going around the entire D.C. instead of straight to the map. This takes you to Pennsylvania Avenue. If you know, you know. Pennsylvania Avenue is where the White House is. So if you take that exit, it'll take you all the way to the White House if you want. You make a left, you don't make a right. Pennsylvania Avenue all the way to the White House. And that Pennsylvania Avenue puts you in southeast, and you'll have to run it all the way to northwest. The White House is businesses and houses are owned by African Americans, Afro Caribbeans, people that came straight from Africa as well. Hispanic community also has grown tremendously over the years. So this part of Maryland is definitely driven by immigrant businesses, immigrant workers. It's like a melting pot. This part of the Beltway is typically where most of the traffic stops. It could be 6 a.m. in the morning, it could be 6 p.m. in the evening. Most people say, why? I think I'm no transportation expert, but up ahead is where the two major roads that head into the city kind of meets up with the Beltway. We're talking about 50 west takes you all the way into DC, 50 east takes you to Annapolis. Remember, I was telling you how important Annapolis is in Maryland's history. So many residences, many businesses are located in Annapolis. And so they traverse 50 east and west. This is Northwest Stadium we're heading to right now. This is where the Washington Commanders play their NFL games. Exit 15, Central Avenue, St. Pleasant, closer to DC, the Largo side, heading away from DC. Largo is a very nice area as well. That's where the Prince George's Community College is located. Nice residences as well. There's a nice park, Watkins Park, beautiful. Then this is exit 15. And anybody that's been to Central Avenue or familiar, drop a comment, come on. Anybody that's been to Central Avenue, drop a comment in the section. Drop a comment, Central Avenue, the famous Central Avenue. This is where you don't want to be on a Sunday when the Commanders have a home game at about 11 a.m. Stay away. This is exit 17. We're going to be getting up to that Landover Road. Very famous road in Maryland, especially in Prince George's County. Medical Center Drive is 16. We have a huge church. If you get off right there, that's where we are. This is Landover Road. So Marlboro, if you're heading out of the city, Bladensburg, you're heading towards the city. For all the history buffs, yep, this is the Bladensburg, Battle of Bladensburg between the British and the Americans. This is where it occurred. A lot of history, rich history in and around the Beltway. And again, this is where you would get off also to get to the Washington Commanders Stadium. Again, very busy place at 11 a.m. on a Sunday, or if Washington has primetime games on a Monday night or a Sunday night, traffic till the next day, brother. Traffic until the next day. to about 50. We're getting toward, we're headed towards 50 right now. Never been on 50 East or 50 West? Drop a comment. How are you doing? Where were you going? When? I'd like to hear from you. Big Costco, of course. There's a Costco within every 10-mile radius in the DMV. I think a lot of big grocery chains, Giant, Safeway. Shoppers. We do have nice mom and pop grocery stores as well. DMV, as I say, is a melting pot. There are a lot of chain grocery stores. Alright, so this is exit 19. Annapolis, Washington. So if you exit 19 and you go 50 east, takes you to all the government buildings in Maryland. That's in Annapolis. And 50 west takes you to all the government buildings in the United States of America, Washington DC. So 50 is one of the, if you ask me, one of the most important roads in the entire United States of America. People take it for granted, but there it is above. Take it for granted. There it is. Straight ahead. This is 50. 19A takes you 50 east to Annapolis. 19B, it's 50 west to Washington DC. That's where we'll be headed up. Great. That's 50. Just picture it as just a circle that we're going around. Each exit takes you up, one takes you into the city. Washington DC is inside of the circle. Everything else is outside. So you're coming up to another exit. This is exit 20. You'll see Annapolis Road, 450 East. It takes you to Annapolis as well. You go out of the city every time you go east. And 450 West, that's Lanham, towards the city every time you head west from this section of the Beltway. This first exit. It's coming up. Just 20A. That will take you to Lanham. And then 20B will take you to Plainsboro. 50 west. And every time you're heading west, you're heading to the city. Not being bad. 20 minutes. And now we're into DWI, Baltimore Washington Parkway. The north takes you to Baltimore. The south takes you to Washington DC. This is Parkway. It's only 2 lanes. Never understood it until I did a little research, right? It's only 2 lanes, but it connects to one of the biggest cities on the East Coast. It connects Baltimore to Washington. And you don't want to get caught on BWI Parkway in rush hour. Anyone from the DMV? If you have any experiences being caught on the BWI Parkway, share it. So this is exit 23. Again, always east-west. One side takes you to Blainsburg. The next side takes you to Greenbelt. And anybody that's familiar, Greenbelt, and anyone that's familiar, Greenbelt was the proposed site of the new FBI building. Yep, this exit right here, exit 23. But Cash Patel and the powers that be have decided, hey, we're going to change that up. They're in some dispute with the Maryland governor, Westmore, because Maryland, if you know, Maryland is mostly a Demo. We're not too much in politics, but Maryland is mostly a Democratic voting state. And of course, the Republicans are in power. Governor Westmore and the Trump administration, let's just say they don't see eye to eye sometimes, right? Alright, so now this is exit 25. This is where Baltimore, if you want to head to Baltimore off this Beltway, we're heading north now. So 95 north, New York, Canada. This is where you would get off. If you're coming from Florida and you're heading to New York, heading to Philly, Connecticut, Boston, Vermont, Maine, anywhere north you're heading. This is your exit coming up right here, exit 25. Baltimore Avenue, College Park, Maryland. Anyone that has ever been to the University of Maryland would be very familiar with Baltimore Avenue. That is where the University of Maryland campus is located. So if you get off this exit 25 and you head south, it takes you to University of Maryland. If you head north, it takes you to Baltimore. That's the famous IKEA in Maryland, the most famous. Everyone knows about this because I don't know which marketing genius placed it right on the Beltway. So if you ever passed on the Beltway, that's the IKEA. So look, signs, 90, the signs at 95 north, that takes you to Baltimore. 495 west, that takes you to Silver Spring. So now we are at the top of the circle, making a left. Again, it's an entire loop we're going around. So we traveled from north to south, a little over 20 minutes so far. So it took us about 25 minutes. So with any luck, yeah, we should be finished this in about an hour and a half, God willing. Any luck, we should finish this in about an hour and a half. Spring area that if you're in Maryland, you understand borders. And now we're heading into Montgomery County from Prince George's County. When I came to Maryland, I didn't quite understand, but same state. When you cross county lines, different laws apply. Alright, so now we're in a different county. We're now in Montgomery County. And to the right, you see the Federal Research Center, FDA. We would get off on New Hampshire Avenue towards White Oak. So if you get off at exit 28A, that takes you to the Federal Research Center. If you get off at 28B, that takes you south to Tacoma Park. And New Hampshire Avenue itself is a very, very busy street in Maryland. And this is where you'll find most of the traffic in the mornings on the Beltway. Right here, and when we hit Virginia, because we're still in Maryland right now. And as I said, this Beltway takes you around the entire Washington D.C. area. So if you understand the map, part of it takes you through Maryland, and the next part takes you through Virginia. So I'll tell you when we get to Virginia. As of right now, we've just entered Montgomery County in Maryland, crossing over from Prince George's County. And I'm telling you, this is where the traffic starts. Like crazy traffic. University Boulevard, Wheaton, Langley Park, exit 193, exit 29. And that right there is a beautiful sight. It's a jet passing the moon while the sun is still out. That's remarkable. It's almost 9 a.m. I just captured a jet passing the moon. The sun is in the sky. Amazing. Maybe that's the moon in the background. So this is exit 29, University Boulevard, Wheaton, to the north, Langley Park to the south. If you're Marylander and you've been to Langley Park, you know it's one of the largest Hispanic population per capita in the entire United States. Most businesses in Langley Park, the signs are in Spanish. If you're not Hispanic and you go there, you feel like a minority. Yep, this is America. Just think every Chinatown, we call Langley Park the Hispanic town of America. And it's so big. Part of it is in Prince George's County, and the next part of it is in Montgomery County. It's another. That, of course, the numbers count upwards. So we have exit 30 after 29. It's Coolsville Road. It's exit 30. 29 South. Scoresville Road takes you into Silver Spring. That takes you into DC. And further down north. It's 29 North. That heads towards Columbia. So we're technically on the circle. We're about northeast right now. So when you get off this beltway, you are either heading north or you're heading south. And again, it's at 30. This takes you towards Silver Spring, Coolsville Road. Always traffic here. Always. 6 a.m. in the morning. There are about 4 bottlenecks on the beltway. And it's typically where the major thoroughfares meet. We call them a junction of sorts. So we're getting close towards where 270 hits the beltway. And who knows. 270 is a whole nother stratosphere. So many buildings, so many cars, so many people. Alright, so these are DC streets. Georgia Avenue. Anyone that's been to DC before know Connecticut Avenue and Wisconsin Avenue. So this part of the beltway now, you jump off it to head to DC. From the northern side. So if you're heading to Georgia Avenue, the exit comes up in less than a mile. And big up all the HU students, Howard University. Or if you know anyone that ever been to Howard, or is currently attending Howard, drop a HU in the comment, man. But all the college kids that are visiting, this is where you would jump off the beltway and just jump on Georgia Avenue, takes you straight to Howard. Georgia Avenue also takes you to all the monuments around the city. So this is Montgomery College. So once again, in Montgomery County, you have the Montgomery Community College, Prince George's County, Prince George's Community College. Exit 31. This is your Georgia Avenue, as I told you about. Holy Cross Hospital. Those people in Montgomery County are familiar. Those people in Montgomery County are familiar. Avenue, Silver Spring, Wheaton, south, you're heading towards Silver Spring, north, you're heading towards Wheaton. Wheaton also has a large Hispanic population. It's a nice city, I like Wheaton. Restaurants, great food. Can anyone tell me what's that straight up ahead? Straight up. Tell me if you know anyone from the DMV Next sign says the Strathmore Music Center. Says the North Conference Center. Exit 34, 3 miles. Capitol View, Seminary Road. Connecticut Avenue, Chevy Chase. As I said, we're doing well. We're doing great. And as I said, we're doing great in regards to traffic. If we probably started about 7 o'clock, and actually do that in the spring. Better sunlight. I'll show you what 7 a.m. starting at 7 a.m. looks like. It'll probably take us the same time as starting at 8:30. Alright, so again, this is Connecticut Avenue. One side takes you to Kensington. Next side takes you to Chevy Chase. South is Chevy Chase. You want to go north, it's Kensington. Alright, so now I think we're almost at the top of the circle. A sign that says Ja, big up all the Jamaicans. And the Beltway in Washington DC, there's a big JEH sign on one of the walls. I wish I could capture it better. Big up all Rastafari, yes. One from the African diaspora, big up Ethiopia. Anyway, this is 34 and 35 right now. Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, that is 34. Exit 35, that takes you to 270 North. Remember I said 270 North is, I think you guys up there one day. It's an experience. Just driving on that road is an experience. Takes you towards northern Maryland. As the sign says, if you continue west, we are headed to northern Virginia. So remember I told you this is one of the major thoroughfares. So everyone that's heading left, yourself heading to Virginia, right? Continue to northern Maryland. Continue to northern Maryland. And now this is where real wealth starts in Maryland. Showed you parts of Prince George's County where it was a concentration of black wealth. No, there's no color attached to this wealth. This is real money Maryland. Talking about Bethesda, Rockville, Georgetown, yes, in Washington DC, who knows. Alright, so if you get off at exit 36, Old Georgetown Road, Rockville, Bethesda, again, this is where affluence starts. Bunch of $1 million homes. Low crime rate, good schools, all the perks. trees are brown. But I'll probably do another video in springtime, as I stated earlier, and you'll see the difference in the tree line. You'll see how the trees change when you cross over from Maryland to Virginia. It's crazy. Green Tree Road. Great. Going around the Beltway right now, heading towards Northern Virginia. Great Falls, Sienna Canal. People from the DMV, you take these roads to get in and out of the city. Then the Beltway is just a big old circle around Washington, D.C. Potomac. So, it's a 39 that takes you to Potomac. Potomac. Takes you to heading into Northern Virginia, and now the Beltway changes to 495 south, so we're heading back down the Beltway, if that makes sense. So basically we have already completed half the journey. Not bad, huh? Traffic. As I said, this area is so beautiful in springtime. Even in the summertime, because Virginia's summers are green, beautiful. Great Falls, Maryland. That exit. Express lanes, easy pass. Taking more time though. No rush. Great Falls is another nice area, beautiful houses, nice people, low crime rate. Then exit 41 takes you to Great Falls. Rock 43 takes you to the George Washington Memorial Parkway and takes you into Washington, D.C. Exit 44, Langley. All the criminal minds, facts. That's where the FBI building is located. So here we go, heading over into beautiful Virginia. See, this is now Great Falls, Virginia. Welcome to Virginia. Now we're in Virginia, so the Maryland aspect of the Maryland portion of the Beltway is done, and now we're in Virginia. So the Maryland portion of the Beltway is done. Now we're entering into Virginia. Can you tell the difference? These are the Virginia roads. Huge difference right there. Exit 44, Georgetown Pike. International travelers, Dulles Airport exit is 1.25 miles away. That's 66. It's Route 66. It runs east to west. Virginia to DC. And of course, that's the opposite. And of course, we're on the opposite side of the Beltway now. So 66 east would take you into Washington, and now west would take you into Virginia. As the sign states, we're now on 495 south, so we're heading back down. 66 east goes if you're heading to Washington DC right now. New toll road. So if you're heading to the 5.5 miles. You get 395 that takes you into DC, and 95 south that takes you to Florida if you want. All the way down south. Yeah, so we did well. So I think we did well. I think it's gonna take us a little more than an hour to go around the entire Beltway. It's not bad. Again, if you enjoy the content, don't be a stranger. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. You start seeing a whole lot more of these videos from us. We're trying to pivot to these types of videos. Exits 52A and B, Little River Turnpike, Fairfax, Annandale. Virginians. Anyone? If there's anybody from Virginia that's watching VA, so that VA. You see a type like VA in the comment section. Or if you have ever been to Virginia. Alright, so Little River Turnpike towards Fairfax, towards Annandale. Coming up to the famous Braddock Road. This is like a timestamp. I mean, 50 years from now, I can go back and look. Washington, DC, Maryland, Virginia, or the DMV Beltway. Look, George Mason University. George Mason alumni. Current George Mason students. See a Mason in that comment. See a George Mason in that comment section. Alright, so we are in Virginia right now. Still on 495 south. Then exit 54 takes you to Braddock Road. Since we know we are going in a circle at some point, I thought we would meet up with Mr. Sun, and now we have. Again, beautiful winter morning in Washington, D.C. It's currently 9:30 a.m. Just below 50 degrees right now, hovering above 49, 48. I think you can ask for more on a winter morning in this region. north and head back to Washington. So now we're on the other side of the circle. So remember, probably 25 minutes ago, you had to be heading south to go to Washington. Now you'd have to be heading north to go to Washington. And if you see, we're trying to get to Baltimore, 495 east to 95 north. It's a circle. So now we're heading east. If you went north, then west, then south, now we're heading east. So we're less than 10 minutes from traversing the Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia Beltway. Bridge formation, man. Yeah. I'm from the islands. We don't have many bridge. The DMV, they have some bridge. Oof. Some types of bridges. Boy. There's a bridge that takes you to Annapolis. I don't go to Annapolis because of that bridge. Yeah. But they have great bridge builders. I'll give them that much. Just don't like being on the bridge. You know, it's another story. But yep, so now we are 495 east. Yep. Trying to get back to our starting location, which was right near the MGM Grand National Harbor. This is the Van Born Metro Station exit. You see many Virginians on Van Born Street. This is the Strayer University Alexandria campus. This is saying in 5.5 miles we'll get to the, and this is saying in 5.5 miles we'll get to the drawbridge. That's the Woodrow Wilson drawbridge. What's a drawbridge? It opens, bro. What's a drawbridge? The bridge opens. Like when large ships are passing through the stop and they open the bridge. Engineering at its finest. So here is the major fork. If you head right, that takes you to 95 South, Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, anywhere south you want to head. But we want to stay on the Beltway. National Harbor is 5.5 miles away from my destination. And this is the first time we've seen police lights. Baltimore. We're going to be heading back up north. So as of right now, we're still heading east. We need to be heading north. This is beautiful Virginia. Alexandria area. A lot of big corporations are located here. Very nice area to live in as well. This has been a nice little trip. I thought it would have taken me much longer, but yeah, a little more than an hour. It was worth it. What do you guys think? If you're from the DMV region, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. We'll try our best to show you as much as we can in and around the DMV area and in America on a whole. So big up everyone big up everyone from the diaspora. Yeah, we're gonna travel the entire America. Right now we're in DMV. We just traveled around the entire Washington DC, Maryland and Virginia Beltway. Call it the DMV. We're gonna say the DMV Beltway 495. And now we're headed to the Woodrow Wilson drawbridge. As the name suggests, it's a drawbridge, meaning it opens. Signage coming up. Bridge time. So we're coming up to the drawbridge. Prepare to stop. Flashing. Woodrow Wilson. Mr. Woodrow Wilson. We remembered Forest Heights, Indian Head Highway when we started. 210. So we are heading towards actually 495 junction, 26 miles away. That's that on the other side. Yeah, so this is what the drawbridge looks like. I'm still on the bridge, you know. I'm not looking left nor right. I am not looking left nor right. Just holding my lane. Everybody, you're gonna see everybody passing me. Yeah. Whatever the speed limit, that is what I'm doing, and 5 below it. I don't play the bridge tricks. Little time, you got guys speeding right now. I'm going 50. I'm going too fast. Look at this guy passing me right now. Yeah. Maryland welcomes you. Leave no one behind. As I said, in the foreground ahead, that's the MGM. Whew, so we did it. We did it. We went around the entire Beltway and we did it in less than 70 minutes. 72, 73. Not bad. Less than an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. That have subscribed already, again, thank you for the support. Those that haven't, the subscribe button, man. Join us on our journey as we explore and experience the United States of America. North to Forest Heights, and I was telling you south takes you to Fort Washington. Bald Eagle Road ahead. Right back to exactly where we started. So this is Oxon Hill, Marlow Heights. Again, big up Kevin Durant. Naturally, all the athletes from the DMV, man, that's made an impact. Whether it's the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, MLS, yeah. There's the 495 North. There's the 95 North 495 sign. Again, thank you for being on this journey with us.